Christmas Eve, everybody. Vlogmas day 24. Last day of Vlogmas for 2023. My first year participating in it. And I know personally, I'm feeling like it's a huge success. I did it. I filmed, edited, and put up a video every single day for Vlogmas. Honestly, I've been working every single day pretty much since August on my channel. And you know what? I'm not going to be ashamed to say that I am proud of how hard I have worked. It has paid off. As I sit to you here today, I am, I believe, 15 subscribers away from 9,000 subscribers. Honestly, when I started this channel 2 years ago, you know, okay, I'm not going to lie, you dream. You dream that, you know, maybe it'll be success and maybe, you know, but the pessimistic side of me, which unfortunately is sometimes bigger than the optimistic side of me, really didn't believe I would even get 100 subscribers or 500 or to the holy grail of subscribers, 1,000 to get monetized. I really never believed it. And each time I've set a goal and it's happened, a little bit more of me starts believing in myself a little bit more. And I'm humbled by how many have subscribed just in the last few months. I had set a goal of getting 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I think it's safe to say we have surpassed that goal. I really am. I'm grateful, and I know it sounds like a broken record because I say it a lot, but I truly am. And I mean, I think having cancer as many times as I've had, every time something wonderful happens, I'm grateful. Honestly, sometimes even when the bad things happen, I'm grateful because at least I'm here to still experience the bad things, if that makes any sense. But you know, growing up, I had a dream that I wanted to be a writer, and I still enjoy writing. And I believe vlogging has kind of helped with that outlet too, of that creativity that I have. Because we do not have a lot of people, physical people in our lives. We do not have friends here where we live. I have lots of friends on social media, but physical friends, nobody has been in my home since my mother was here last summer. And nobody will be until my parents visit again, most likely. It's just, you know, and I don't say that because, oh, poor Lynn. We're very, very happy. But I say this to you because I still need that outlet of talking to grown-ups and talking to people who enjoy the same things I do. And I have friends. Please don't get me wrong. I have quite a few friends, and I talk to them every day. But they're not here. Like, I would love to have all my friends over for a Christmas get together, and we all live so far apart, it's not gonna happen. You know, for a long time I thought like we were weird, you know, that there was something wrong with me, that in this day and age, I enjoyed being a homemaker. I love being a stay-at-home wife and mother, especially. I love making a lot of my own things. I love crocheting, I love crafting, I love having my chickens. I love all that, you know. I'd rather have another chicken than a piece of jewelry, you know, like, you know, a live chicken. I'd rather have, you know, more seeds and a bigger garden than, you know, brand name clothes and stuff. I kept it to myself a lot, and I lied about who I was a lot because I thought that's not who a woman is supposed to be in this day and age. And then I found people who didn't think it was weird, who also believed in it. And there's a lot more of us than I realized. And all of you who have subscribed and you comment and you tell me, you know, wonderful stories and things, it makes me feel not so alone. And I have come to love having a YouTube channel. And I never in a million years imagined I would be doing this, ever, ever, ever in my wildest dreams. I think I finally found my thing. I really, truly do. And I cannot put into words what it feels like when I get a comment that I am canning because you said if you could do it, I could do it. So I've tried it and I love it. Or I've started my own channel because you said how you were stepping out of your comfort zone and you went for it, you know, and you did it. And because, you know, what if it fails? So what? At least, but what if it's a success, right? Like I cannot put into words how that makes me feel because I have never felt like anyone special. I'm no one special, you know, I'm not by any means, but it makes me feel good. And if that's one thing that came out of cancer, is I was hoping, I've always been proud of my children. I am extremely proud of my family. I mean, honestly, a lot of their incredibleness, I think they were born with it. I do give some credit to David and I, but I believe a lot of it they were just born with. They're both always been kind of old souls, the two of my children. But other than that, I never had anything else. I hope this is making sense, but I've never had anything else I was proud of. I knew I was never going to go to college. One, the cost, and two, I didn't even really know, other than being a writer, what was I going to do? I did think about being a teacher for a while, and I did run a daycare for many, many, many years. And I did get some joy out of that. But it still didn't feel like 100% fit. This feels like it fits. As crazy as it is, this feels like it fits. Sorry, I'm gonna have a drink of tea. My comfort drink. And I should have mentioned, by the way, yes, we're coming to you from my garage again because it's quiet in here. And we are going to get started very soon on a very busy Christmas Eve day of getting everything ready for Christmas morning, Christmas dinner. And tonight we start at lunch and we eat all through the rest of the day. And there's some things I need to get started for that. But I just wanted to take a few minutes and just say Vlogmas has been a wonderful, and I have enjoyed it. And I will miss talking with you all every day. But I'm definitely going to I'm only taking a couple days off. You'll have a new video out on Wednesday because I'll go back to my regularly scheduled programming this week. I'll have a video Wednesday and Friday, and then that special, please don't forget to hit the bell so you all will get the special notification about the special video. Boy, am I going to say special a lot? Yeah, I guess I am. There's a special thank you video that is going out on Sunday, New Year's Eve morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. And it's a thank you to all of you. It was a labor of love. It's taken me several weeks to get it all together. Even though it's not that long, it's just over 5 minutes, it still took a lot of work. And I'm not going to tell you anymore, but I really hope you all enjoy it. The family has watched it. We all laughed and had a great time with it. So don't forget to look for that. So I'm going to definitely take the rest of today off once I get this video up to you all, and enjoy Christmas morning with my family and our Boxing Day here. And yeah, so great big thank you. I kind of feel like this is the end of the year thing, but I'll actually do an end of the year video. But it's definitely the end of Vlogmas. Today is the last day. And let's get into the kitchen and get working. We have got a lot to do today, friends.
Be sure to hit that thumbs up. And be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you don't miss any videos.
Okay, I did start one thing before I started recording for you all. I started the sauce for our meatballs because I needed to get that going right away. And I was still in my pajamas. I hadn't even had my cup of tea yet. So I'm just gonna let you know what I did. I took 2 half pints of homemade cranberry sauce and 1 jar of this chili sauce. And whoops. Sorry, I think I just hit the camera. I did. Sorry about that. And I dumped them into my crock pot here. Hopefully, there it is. And put it on low. And of course, I forgot my liner again because I'm always forgetting them. And I just put it on low and let the sauce cook a little bit so I could get all the 2 ingredients combined. And that is it for sweet and sour meatballs. These are one of David's favorites. I used to make it with grape jelly in the Heinz sauce, but I found a recipe for cranberry sauce one years ago in a magazine. I mean, before Grace was born. That's how old this is. And we've preferred it since. So you would do the same thing with grape jelly if you wanted a little bit sweeter. And then a bag of, yep, frozen mini meatballs. And this is the brand we're using. This is a brand here. I give this a stir, and these are gonna cook all day. Like I said, we will start nibbling from lunchtime and just pretty much eat through the day. Make sure everybody's coated. I did spray my crock pot, so at least I remembered that much. Oh, I should say I sprayed it after I put them in, like around the edges here, so it wouldn't burn so bad. And then we just keep it on low. Okay, you are ready. Next on our list of things is our dough we made yesterday for the cinnamon rolls and the dinner rolls. I let it rise till double. It rose beautifully. It was way up here. When I put it in the fridge last night, you can see some dough actually stuck to the saran wrap. And then I took it out this morning. It's still a little cold, but we're going to turn this out, divide it in half equally, which is why I have my scale here, and let these go again for like another hour before we shape them into what we're gonna need them for. So, okay, so we're gonna cover these both and let them rest for an hour. This is one of the reasons why I'm getting to these first, because the oven's gonna be going here and it'll be nice and warm on top of the oven. So these can warm up and rise a little bit. Okay friends, so I was getting ready to make the next thing on my list, which wasn't actually originally on my list, but Grace asked for it, so I'm gonna make it. Apple crisp. And I was trying to get what little bit of brown sugar I had left out of the canister, and my canister just broke. And I don't know if there's any glasses in that sugar, so I can't use it. So now I'm gonna take a minute, clean up my mess, I guess make a little bit of brown sugar, though I don't know what canister I'm gonna use anymore, because this was my brown sugar canister. Ugh, not happy. Okay, we're all cleaned up. And I found another container. So I'm just gonna whip up some brown sugar while I work on the rest of the apple crisp. So 4 cups of sugar, and for every cup of sugar, about a tablespoon of molasses. I found that has worked the best for me. That's the flavor I like. So I'm just gonna let that mix up. And while that's mixing up, I'm gonna open. So it's not a big deal to make what I call our apple cribbler. If you've been here before, you know that apple cribbler is something Gracie called my apple crisp, because it wasn't really a cobbler and it wasn't really a crisp. So it's kind of a mix. So I have 2 jars here of home canned apple pie filling. If I can get it out without a spoon, we'll be okay. I'm just gonna give them a stir, because one is from last year and one is from this year, and I think I might have used a little bit of different apples. I'm sure I did. So I'm just gonna mix them up so they're... And this is a 9 by 12 glass Pyrex dish, and I have greased it. I washed it again actually, because I was worried some of the glass might have gotten into it. So there we go. So 2 quart jars fit this perfectly. We're just gonna flatten it out a bit. Okay. Okay, our molasses is, or brown sugar rather, is all done. If you wanted a little bit darker, you would just add another tablespoon or 2 of molasses. But, oh, it smells so good. All right. So, I mean, a little bit of it for my topping. Probably about, I'm gonna do about half a cup, because this has sugar in it too. So half a cup of brown sugar, and I will put this in the container when I'm doing it later. I have all-purpose flour. A cup of oats. Half a cup of butter, unsalted. I just like it to melt a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely melted. So that's good there. And we put a little bit of cinnamon. Probably maybe 2 teaspoons. Again, there's cinnamon in my filling, so I don't want to go too crazy. And we like nutmeg with ours. So a little bit of nutmeg. And we're gonna mix this up. Okay, so the apple crisp is in there. The meatballs are, I'm just checking off on my list. And then I realized as I'm checking off my list, I did not put on my list, take out the frozen pumpkin puree from the freezer. And I am making pumpkin pie today. So I've got them in the sink right now in really hot water. Hopefully they will thaw out enough for me to make them here in a little bit. Should have put them on the list. And here I was in the freezer taking out all that stuff. Okay, anyway, we will get to that in a minute. I think the next thing we're gonna do is the French toast bake. Okay, so this French toast bake, it's kind of a mix of a bunch of recipes. I just wanted to get a rough idea. So I'm kind of just doing my own thing. First, I am going to butter. So this is a big Pyrex dish. Oh, I do not know the size of it. So David just measured for me. It is, I think it's supposed to be an 11 by 13. Yeah, so yeah, so it's a good size one. Okay, so I have it buttered, and this is the bread I'm going to be using. This is new to me this year, so we're going to try this. It's maple French toast. Wow, it smells amazing. And we're just gonna lay it in there. And we got it quite a few days ago, which is perfect because I wanted it old. Why did I say old that way? I want it old. We're gonna need 8 large eggs. So I have to get some because I only have 5 fresh right now. So I'm gonna take out 1. Okay, so I cracked all the eggs separate. They are all perfect. Water glassing eggs is amazing. So in this large measuring cup, I have the 8 eggs, 2 cups of whole milk. I am using whole milk for this. A half a cup of whipping cream, and a splash of vanilla, and about a tablespoon of sugar. Okay, and then we're gonna pour it over our bread. So it took 2 full loaves of that French toast bread to fill this pan. Cover it with plastic wrap, and into the fridge it goes. And then tomorrow morning while we're opening presents, this can cook in the oven. Okay, all right, whew. Getting through the list. Next on our list is the chocolate cream pie, but first I have to pre-bake my crust. I'm sure David remembers when we were first married, the year I made him a lemon meringue pie. And yeah, I forgot to cook the crust first. We went to slice into it and it was raw. And this pie crust is beautiful. I was a little worried because if you saw that video where I decided to double it, and I doubled it the wrong, it was just a whole mess. Anyway, I was worried about it coming out, but it's perfect. And folding it, bringing this over here, put the point right in the middle. Okay, yeah, that worked. I liked that. What am I gonna do for Okay, so I just trimmed up the pie crust a bit, just so they're all roughly the same size. And that's how much I trimmed off. I didn't freeze this. This isn't the stuff I froze. I'm gonna freeze this because this would be perfect for little mini pot pies, at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4 mini tarts. So I am not wasting that. All right, and I am not a pie maker by any means. I think I'm just gonna roll this over, and then maybe we'll do the little pinch or something. Maybe I'll roll it under. Okay, we're gonna do this. Roll under. Hey, not too bad. Now if I can just get it to keep its shape without shrinking. That's not too bad. Okay, I'm just gonna dot it a little bit. And I'm going to put some tin foil. pan pie weight. You could also use beans. Okay, 425. I might even bump it up to 450 actually. You want it really hot, bottom oven. Sorry, I was talking to David. He's in here helping me. It's the only way to get everything done and filmed for you today. All right, 450. We'll put it in for 10 minutes and hopefully it won't have shrunk. Fingers crossed, friends. Okay, the pie crust for the chocolate pie is not bad. I'm gonna count it a win. I'll show it to you in a second. It did shrink a bit, but not as much as it usually does. So that has to cool completely. I won't even be putting the filling in that until tomorrow. I am gonna make the filling so the filling stays nice and chill. And we'll get to that in a minute. And it's a new chocolate cream recipe I'm trying, so I hope it's good. The last couple I've tried, David and Aiden didn't, David liked them. Aiden wasn't a fan. They were too darky chocolate, which he is not a fan of. So I'm gonna do the pumpkin now. The crust is all done. It's chilling in the refrigerator. And that was not a fun pie crust to work with. That one just did not want to work with me. And I keep forgetting two of my pie plates are deep dish. I don't know what's happened to the rest of mine. I don't know if they've broken over time or what. And I have to do, thank God David is here because he did the math. So the recipe I use for the pumpkin pie is from the Betty Crocker cookbook that my mother got me the year I was married for Christmas. So that's 30 years old this year, that cookbook. And David figured out the math for me because the pie plate I'm using is really deep and it never fills it enough. The recipe as original, I can't think. I am getting very tired. The original recipe doesn't fill the whole pie plate, and then I have all this pie crust that falls into it. Not good. So hopefully David did the math right and we have not doubled it, but 1.5 times it. So in my measuring cup, my large measuring cup, I find it easier to mix it up in the large measuring cup because then you can pour it a lot easier into the pie. I'm just gonna tell you their normal recipe, and yeah, so you have it. So you need 1 16-ounce can of pumpkin or 2 cups of pumpkin, 2/3 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 3 eggs, 1 5-ounce can or 2/3 cup of evaporated milk, and a 1/2 cup of milk. I will say I use whole milk for this. I find the 2%, it doesn't get as thick as I like my pumpkin custard really thick. So yeah, so you're gonna want, so that's the original. That's not what I used. I times everything by 1.5. At 425 for 10 minutes and then I lower it to 375 and bake it for another 40-ish minutes. Okay, so there's the chocolate cream pie crust. Like I said, it did shrink a bit. The color on it's really nice and it smells really good. You can almost, it's like, it sounds crazy, but I can smell that it's flaky and you can obviously see it. So it's not perfect, but it's just us and hopefully it's going to taste good. Okay, so that's got to cool completely and we are going to start making the chocolate pudding. So the burner rather, is not on right now because we need to mix everything first, according to the recipe, before we add everything. So in a bowl over on the island, I have 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 1/3 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. They call for a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I decided to use a teaspoon, actually 2 teaspoons of my chocolate extract because they also call for espresso powder in this mixture and I don't have that. So I just used 2 teaspoons of chocolate extract. So that's what is over in the bowl. The chocolate extract, the semi-sweet chocolate, and the butter. In this, we have 2/3 cups of granulated sugar, my organic cane sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa Dutch powder, and an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just making sure to break up any lumps with my whisk. And then we are going to add, and we still have not turned on the burner. Okay. To this we are going to add the 3 egg yolks. Okay, I have to add the heavy cream first. Okay, a 1/2 cup of it. You're gonna need a cup completely, but we're just doing about a 1/2 cup of this now. That's good enough for now. Whisk that in. So you're gonna need 3 large egg yolks, 1 cup completely of heavy cream, and 2 cups of whole milk. Sorry, my battery died. Big surprise. It's been hours that we've been doing this. Don't worry, you're not going to be watching a whole. I'm going to do my best to make sure we keep this within a ½ hour. Okay, so this is got to be whisked until smooth and lump-free. Oops. Okay. And we are going to gradually whisk in the remaining 1/2 cup of the heavy cream and all of the whole milk. 2 cups of the whole milk. Okay. Bring to a boil, whisking constantly as the mixture thickens, and boil for 1 minute. All right, so that boiled for the 1 minute. Now we're going to pour this mixture over our chocolate and our butter and the extract. And we're going to whisk till it's nice and smooth. It says you might need to put this through a sieve to get any lumps. I'm hoping I don't have any because I'd love to be able to just keep this in this bowl. And I'll put plastic wrap right over it so we don't get that skin that you get on it. I hate that. Not a fan. All right. Oh, it smells good and it looks amazing. Looks pretty smooth to me. I'm not going to have to run that through a sieve, thank goodness. Good. One last dish I have to do. Okay, plastic wrap on this, into the fridge. I'll let you know in Wednesday's video how everything went for Christmas Eve dinner and Christmas Day, and I'll let you know how this new this chocolate cream pie recipe turned out. I have to say it looks good. Okay friends, we are doing the last 2 things, at least on camera. I'm not going to show you my stuffing and all that because quite frankly, that's probably going to be done tomorrow. We still have lots we want to do tonight, and we are running out of time. So I'm going to take half that dough I made, and we are going to make our dinner rolls for supper. I'm going to let these rise. Actually, I'm probably going to go ahead and bake these. The cinnamon rolls, I will wait until tomorrow morning to bake. I'll let them rise, and then I'll put them in the fridge for the night. So these are clover leaf. I just make 3 balls and plop 3 balls each into a muffin pan. And I have melted a little bit of butter in each pan to help keep them from sticking. You could also do lard if you wanted. You could spray it if you want. I do find the butter gives more flavor. Okay, so that's all you do. And before they go into the oven, once they've risen for about a ½ hour, I'll brush them with a little bit more melted butter. And that is our dinner rolls for supper. And the last thing on our list is the cinnamon rolls. I am so happy I did this yesterday, the doughs. Oh. All right, so we have roughly a rectangle. It's not perfect, but it is gonna be okay. Got a little bit thinner over here, so I'm just gonna fill in that hole. And I have some softened butter. It's not melted, it's just soft. And we're going to spread this around. I find it works better than melted butter. Hopefully I have enough here, maybe not. And cinnamon sugar. This is complete preference. So this is, I won't even say this is a ½ cup of sugar, probably 1/3 cup of sugar, and a good 2 or 3 heaping teaspoons of cinnamon. Like I said, you put as much or as little of the cinnamon in as you want. We like cinnamon, so, and I'm just gonna sprinkle probably 2 or 3 tablespoons. Okay, and then we're gonna roll. And I'm gonna try and roll as tight as I can. There's our pumpkin pie. Hopefully, it's been in there forever. That's something that's taking forever to cook. And a pinch, closed. Okay, make sure everyone's roughly the same thickness. Another muffin pan here, and again, it's been greased with butter. And we are going to cut. Probably couldn't see what I just did. I like this, I find works better, or even a bread knife. I just chop, and then that's what we get. We put them down here, and we squish. And we squish. Just help it fill out, okay? I will say the majority of the family, they could take or leave the icing on these. I find the icing keeps them softer longer. They don't seem to get as stale, but they like them without it just as much. So I probably won't bother doing any icing. I don't think we need any more sweet, quite frankly. Hopefully I'm gonna get 12. I only got 9 of our dinner rolls. Oh, we're gonna cut it close. Oh, I think we're gonna get 11. That's okay. So something that I've been doing, if I go ahead and grease all 12, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll mention again, and I don't have something to fill in here, this is gonna get all smoky and bad in the oven because it has butter in there. I put a little bit of water in there and it just keeps it from smoking up. And just remember, water's in there when you take it out. I forget all the time and I haul the thing out and the water goes everywhere. So yeah, but okay. These are gonna rise again. I'm gonna let them rise for at least a half hour. Then I will cover them and they'll go in the fridge, and I'll take them out tomorrow morning while I'm having my cup of tea in the morning before the family is awake, and let them warm up, and into the oven they'll go. 375, anywhere from 15 to 18 minutes. And with the cinnamon rolls done, that is it for our list today. I do have deviled eggs to make. I'll make them. I'm the only one who eats them, so even if I don't get to those till Boxing Day, it's gonna be okay. I'm the only one who eats them. And the stuffing, I usually like it to sit all night. I might get to it this evening, maybe when we take a break and watching movies. I probably will do that because I have the potatoes done already. You're crooked, there we go. And that helps, so 24 days in a row of a video every day. I made it! I really, really hoped I did, and I would, and I did. So from everybody here at Bucket List Homestead, my whole family, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas tomorrow. I hope it is a wonderful Christmas with family and friends. And yeah, we will see you on Wednesday with a new video, and I'll let you know how everything turned out that we made today. Thank you, friends, for joining me on this adventure of Vlogmas, and thank you for subscribing and watching my videos all year. It has meant the world to me. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you all soon.